Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Kristen. I am a certified fitness instructor and today I'd like to share with you a 10-minute beginner lower body workout. It will focus on building muscular endurance and toning the muscles of your lower body. This video is geared for those who are really just starting out in working out. And that means that all the exercises we are going to do will be simple and straightforward, easy to follow. There will be no jumping and no equipment necessary. However, you may want to be near either a wall or have a chair or something solid nearby to hold for balance if you need it. We will not require you to be getting up and down off the floor. All of the exercises will be standing and none of them are going to require gymnast-like flexibility for you to get into the moves. So it consists of 5 exercises that we will do 2 times. We'll do each exercise 45 seconds followed by a 15-second break to introduce the next exercise. And at the very end, we're going to do a quick 2-minute stretch because it's such an important part of any workout to make sure we stretch and cool down at the end. If you ever feel any pain in your joints doing any of these exercises, please stop that movement. It's a sign that that exercise just may not be right for you right now. But if it's difficult or challenging, keep trying. That's what we want. And with that, I invite you to make some space around you, grab some water, and let's get moving. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is something called a deadlift or a hip hinge. You're going to keep your upper body straight and just send your hips back, your arms come down, your legs below the knees, and then we pull back up by squeezing the back of the legs. Let's go. 45 seconds starts now. And up. So we're sending the hips back, hands come down the legs, we come on back up by squeezing through the back of the leg and the buttocks to bring ourselves up. Okay? So, as you notice in the screen, it's really hips going back. The knees really aren't bending too much. We never want to lock our knees straight. There's a slight bend in the knee, but it's really with a straight back, bending over at the hips, and then coming back up. Okay, belly button should be pulled into your spine to protect that lower back at all times. There we go, take a break. Next up, we're gonna do the squat. So, similar position, feet about shoulder width apart, roll those shoulder blades back and down, abs nice and tight. You're gonna send your hips back. This time we'll bend the knees and come on back up. Let's go. So hips back, bend the knees, and squeeze the quads and the glutes when you come up. Hips back, bend the knees, and come up. You could imagine if you had a chair behind you, it really looks a lot like as if we're gonna sit down in a chair, but we don't, we get right back up. So as with every exercise that we do, I want you to really focus your concentration on the muscles that are squeezing on the way up, making them do as much work as you can. So it's the quadriceps, front of the thighs, and the glutes in the butt. All right? Good. All right, take a break. Next up is where you might need something to hold on to. I'll bring this over for balance. We're gonna bring one knee up, hold it there, kick it straight, in and down. Let's go. Knee up, keep the leg up, kick the leg straight, back in and down. Go nice and slow. We want to challenge that muscle by holding. Number 1, you're going to be challenging the muscles of the leg you're balancing on. Number 2, we really want to squeeze the quadricep of the front of the thigh as we kick that leg straight. From the side, it looks like this. Knee up, kick straight, in and down. Knee up, kick straight, in and down. Make sure the leg you're standing on is slightly bent. Good work. Remember which side you did. I did left, so that you can do the opposite side next time. We're going to keep holding on to whatever we need to for balance. we're going to do side leg lifts. So once again, bend the knee we're standing on, slight bend of this knee as we lift up to the side and in. Now, as we lift our leg to the side, we want to make sure our toes point forwards to the front of the room. We almost want to turn our toes in towards the leg we're standing on, so that it's really the heel driving up to the side. If that means you can only lift the leg this high, so be it. We do not want to see toes up like this. Then we're not going to be working the glutes, we're only going to be working the hip flexors. So really it's the side of the foot going out towards the opposite end of the room. Good work. Shake out those legs. And last but not least, we're going to do some calf raises. So once again, you may want to keep this support here or be near the wall if you need some balance, extra balance help. If not, let's go. Lift those heels up off the ground, lower. Heels up and lower. So while we're doing that, we always want to make sure we have good posture, belly button into the spine, shoulders back and down. If you want a challenge, you could do one leg and do the other leg the next time through. Up to you. If it's your first time, 2 legs on the ground. Thinking about squeezing the muscles in the back of your leg here, your calf muscles, as you lift your heels up off the floor as high as you can. Good. All right, we're going to go through that one more time. So first up is that hip hinge or deadlift. So start with our shoulders back and down, abdominals tight and pulled in. We're going to have our hands slide down the front of our thighs, just below the knees, and then come on back up as if we're pulling up our pants. Hands just below the knees and up. Hips go back. And then as we come up, we squeeze through the glutes and the back of the leg. Squeeze the butt to bring us up. Yes, just a slight bend in the knee is fine, but not a very large bend at all. It's really work that's happening from the hip movement. There's not a lot of movement in those knees. Hands slide down the legs and bring them back up. Think about the muscles that are squeezing. Good, on the way up. Next up, those squats. So again, shoulders back and down, abs in, palms forward. You're going to focus on sending hips to the back of the room, and then this time we'll add in the legs bent. So hips back. Now we bend the legs as far as we can and come on back up. Hips back, bend the knees, push through the heels to bring you up. Hips back, bend, push through the heels, squeeze the quads and the glutes. Hips back, knees bend, push through the heels, squeeze here, squeeze here. Yes. Good. Smooth, fluid movement. Once you've got the hang of the form. Only about 5 seconds left. Get a few more good ones in. 2, 1. Good work. Next up, we've got that balance work. It's good work for the leg you're standing on as well as the leg that's moving. Shoulders back and down, abs tight, knee up, kick straight, in and down. Let's go. I'm doing my right leg this time. I did left last time. Yes. If you've been doing this a few times, you could try without holding on to anything. Gonna do a bit more core work this way. And I want you to keep the knee up as high as you can when you're kicking straight. When you start, it's normal that it's lower when we start out. Like here, with time, you'll get stronger, you'll be able to keep it up nice and high as we kick straight, come back in, and down. One more. Saved by the bell. Next up, we have those side leg lifts. Once again, I want you to think about, it is not toe up to the ceiling. We're not going to work the right part of the hip for that. Shoulders back and down. It's side of the foot out to the wall. Toes are almost pointing in to the leg we're standing on. So make sure this leg you're standing on is slightly bent. We're also reaching our head up to the top of the ceiling, so we're not leaning to the side like this, no. It's really a small movement, small muscles in the side of our leg. A challenge, again, of course, would be not holding on. But it's good to have something to hold on to nearby, just in case you need it for your balance. Check in, abs in nice and tight, knees slightly bent. Good, shake it out. And last but not least, those calf raises. So let's start with good posture. Belly button into the spine, shoulders back and down. Get your balance. Let's lift those calves up. Let's lift the heels up off the floor and lower. We're squeezing the calf muscles. So the muscles in the back of the lower part of your leg. Really lift the heels as high as you can. Push those toes into the ground. Lift the heels. Keep the knees slightly bent. Check in again. Am I sucking my stomach in? My belly button into my spine? Am I shooting my tailbone down towards the ground, not out to the back of the room? Belly button in. Good. And that's the end of our 10 minutes. If you want an added challenge, you could always rewind right now to the beginning of this workout and do it a second time. If you're done for today, feel free to join me. We're going to do a quick little stretch for those legs. So take a little step back with one leg, squeeze your butt and tilt your pelvis forward. Get a nice stretch in the hip flexors, the front of the hip here. Deep breath. Good. Now let's push that heel down onto the ground and straighten that leg. Bend the front leg. So we're stretching the back calf muscle, the lower half of the leg back here. Really pushing that heel down actively. And now let's gently go on to the back leg. Balance on this back leg that's bent. Straighten the front leg and send your chest down towards this leg. Good. Other leg. So, small step forward, tilt the hips forward, squeeze the butt, stretch through this hip flexor. Let's push our back calf muscle down, bend this front leg. So heel to the ground on that back leg, so we're stretching the back of the calf, back of the leg there. And last but not least, that hip flexor, that hamstring, so hips back, bend the back leg, straighten the front leg and chest going towards it. And we'll gently come out. And that is the end of our 10-minute lower body workout. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Feel free to leave any comments and feedback. I love to hear what people like, what they want more of. It gives me ideas for future videos. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you'll get notified of all the future videos that I will put out. Of course, congratulate and thank yourself on showing up and starting to exercise, being active. It's really has so many benefits to your health, so good job on showing up. And with that, I wish you a good day, evening, and night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.